Hey everybody, in today's video, I'm going to be covering the 4 deadly mistakes that every coach is making out there right now when building their business and how to avoid it. By the way, subscribe to my channel if you love videos on how to grow your own coaching business online. We release new videos like this every single week. Hey everyone, my name is Armin Shaffi and I built a multi-6-figure life coaching business. And now I spend my time teaching other coaches my marketing system so they can scale their own business as well. Now, if you're watching this and you're just starting out in your coaching business and you kind of are guessing your way through it and you don't have expert help, this video is for you. Now, let me tell you why I made this video, guys. I get on calls with hundreds of coaches, doing free strategy calls and just listening to what they need, seeing if it's a good fit to work with us. And hands down, I've come across every single coach that is struggling. Every time I see a coach is struggling and I'm on a call with them, I always find out that they're doing these 4 things, one or more of these 4 things. It's a common pattern. That's what I found out. So I start to realize, I'm like, how come all the coaches I see that are struggling the most, or I end up, when I follow up later on, they really still haven't figured it out yet? Why are they doing these simple things? And I thought maybe I should make a video talking about it so that at least if you're watching this now, maybe we even haven't talked yet, you can know why you shouldn't do these things and how to avoid them. What's the solution? Okay, so I remember talking to tons of coaches. I realized these patterns. I'm like, these 4 things are super big mistakes. Now, here's the thing. When you're starting out in a coaching business, you've never done it, right? Most people that are starting a coaching business haven't built a coaching business before. Maybe you built other businesses, maybe you've never built a business, which is even worse. And the problem is right now, I find that when I talk to a lot of coaches on the call, I realize that most people who have never done this before are just trying to figure it out on their own. And it's blowing my mind because, guys, experimentation with your future is dangerous. I mean, your time, you never get it back. And if you spend years at something and it doesn't work, like for example, I talked to one coach, she had been building her business, trying to build her coaching business for 5 years. Guys, 5 years and hadn't given up. She got on the call with me as a last resort. She's like, you're the last person I'm gonna invest into working with. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna quit now. Because 5 years, guys. And you know what I found out? She was doing these 4 things, which is what everyone else was doing. Some people just haven't done it that long. So this video is to help you avoid that and just cut that in half. Hopefully not let you go through the pain and the suffering everyone else is going through. Now, let me get something straight before I go into the mistakes that everybody's making. If you've never built a business before, why on earth would you believe that you can figure it out just by guessing? Like, that's like saying, I'm going to go into a plane. I've never flown before. I'm going to go into a plane because I watched 3 YouTube videos, a couple YouTube videos, and I read a book, and I joined a group about people learning how to fly. And I got all this free content, and I kind of think I know what I'm doing with plane. So I'm going to go into a plane and turn it on and try to fly it. Now, guys, I'm not going to lie. I'm a big believer in possibilities. There is a possibility you will do this. There's maybe a 0.5% chance that you'll be able to actually lift this thing off just from trial and error, like gambling and trying it, actually fly and actually land it without dying, okay? Now, here's the thing. I'm also a logical person sometimes, and I think the calculated risk here is 99.5% chance you will die. How do I know? Because you've never done it. And that's why nobody in this world flies a plane until they have certified themselves through a instructing pilot course. Meaning, by the way, how do I know? I've applied to get my instructor's license for flying planes, flying small planes, right? 1-engine planes. And you know what the process is? 3 months of classes just to understand everything. And then another 3 to 6 months of me practicing and shadowing with a pilot instructor. Because even though I know everything, it doesn't matter. If I go and I can make mistakes, I could be executing it wrong. And the pilot instructor is correcting me. And that's how you really learn how to fly a plane without crashing and dying. And guys, I don't know why anyone thinks business is an exception to that rule. It's the same thing. You look at athletes, you look at professionals, you look at actors, performers. Guess how they became the best? They got coaches. They got someone who knows their stuff to teach them how to do it. Right? And that's the proven way to get good at anything and become successful in it. Look at school. You pay tens of thousands of dollars to go learn how to be a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer, because you can't just go watch YouTube videos on surgery and show up at a hospital. It doesn't work that way. And the problem here is because business doesn't have one route to making it work, everyone thinks that you could just do any type of business and just figure it out on your own. You can't. The same principles of success that apply to anything else, like flying a plane, like driving a car, getting a test, You need someone to teach you that has done it that you haven't. So I need you to just understand the concept. The reason why I saw these 4 mistakes every coach making is because they believed they can just go out and try to do this on their own. And that is a dangerous thought, my friends. Dangerous. You're gambling your future and your time. And I don't want you to do that. So I'm going to tell you exactly right now the 4 deadly mistakes you should be avoiding when you're starting a coaching business to not waste your time and find out 6 to 12 months later, I just wasted all this money and time and think it's because it's you or the business doesn't work. Trust me, it works. We do consistent $30,000 to $50,000 months with our coaching program. And I'm telling you right now, this works. The system works if you just don't do these things. So without further ado, let's get into the first deadly mistake every coach makes when building their business and starting out. So the first thing here is, and this one gets under my skin because I literally hear every single coach that isn't doing anything or struggling say they're doing the exact same thing. The first deadly mistake is to go out and build a damn website. You don't need a website. They don't work. But I saw every coach getting on calls, I built my website. I spent $2,000 building my website. I spent 2 months building my website. I did this. I'm in the middle of finishing my website. I'm like, I don't know how to tell this person on the phone that it doesn't matter, that's not going to do anything for them. Here's the problem with websites and why you don't and shouldn't try to build one. You never need, I still don't have a website. Like the way that people are built. I don't have a website. People go and look at I don't have a website. We've generated hundreds. I've sold $1 million in my coaching to this day, and I don't have a website. Let me tell you why this doesn't work, okay? Because it's like a mall. Think about a mall. You go to a mall to shop around, right? You don't go to a mall looking for one specific thing unless you're going to that store. When you go to a mall, you're kind of just walking around and you're hoping maybe something grabs your attention. A mall is the same way. A mall has no direct, clear call to action. When you go to a website or a mall, a website's the same thing. They have so many buttons. Click to hear my story. Click to see my testimonials. Click to see the thing. And then you go into the products. And it's just a terrible thing because there is no way to know what to do on the website. And a confused mind is always the enemy of action. A confused mind never does anything. Okay, so a website's like a mall or a billboard. A billboard is just, it doesn't really, you drive by, it doesn't even matter. You kind of drive by, you see, okay, there it is. You kind of see a website and you move on. It doesn't work. You know what you need instead? Here's what you should be doing. You should not be building a website. You need a high-ticket sales funnel. I go, Armin, what's the difference? Huge difference. A website is this thing, it's like a catalog, like a brochure. People just look at it and, that's nice. And when's the last time you bought something from a brochure? When's the last time you saw a magazine or just catalog and you actually bought something? Highly unlikely. 0.01% chance of people buy anything. Because that's not the point of a catalog. You're not really in buying state. When you build a website, that's what it's like. But a funnel, a high-ticket sales funnel, has one call to action. So when someone goes on the website, there's only one thing they could do, opt in. And when they go in, there's only one thing they can do, watch your content. And there's only one thing to do after that, book a call to speak with you. So it comes in super clear and gets the prospect to just know what to do step by step. In fact, it kind of falls them forward into it. And that's why Sales Funnel produce millions of dollars for the highest paid coaches in the world, okay? No highest paid coaches in the world have a website to make money, to actually sell the program. They might have it for credibility and professionalism. Maybe it's a corporate thing, but it's not the first thing you should be doing as a coach building a business. You need to focus on actually building a funnel that can generate calls for your program to speak with people that qualify them and track leads for you, okay? That's the first big, huge mistake. Now, the second deadly mistake that most coaches make, and this one is a big one, is having multiple offers, okay? Oh my goodness, guys, I'm trying to help you out here. It's bad enough that we're spending thousands of dollars or months of our time building a website that won't do anything for us after it's built. But now we have multiple offers. And I've seen the websites of people that book calls with me to check it out. And, I go on it and I go on the pricing page and they literally have all their products there, all their different one-on-one consultations, 3-month program, 2-month program, 67-day program, 3 just all these different, all multiple offers. And the price is on there too, which is even worse. You shouldn't be showing prices. You're not Walmart. You shouldn't have price tags on the items on the shelf. You're a coach. You're an expert. You should be, that should be none of no one's business until they're qualified to work with you. That's how you should build a high ticket funnel, right? No one should be showing their prices, right? They're not going to car shop. They're coming to get a coach to help them. So you shouldn't be showing prices on your website. It's just, you shouldn't have a website, first of all. Let me get this straight. You shouldn't have a website. But the point is, don't ever promote your prices, because then you get shoppers that are like, waiting for Black Friday sales. That's not what coaching business is supposed to be like. So having multiple offers is a problem, because when you give your prospects too many options, it confuses them, and a confused mind in a buying state is always paralyzed. You paralyze your prospects. Even if someone is interested, out of the 1 million people that maybe see a website, one wants to actually work with you, they're gonna go on your pricing website and go, $700 or $500, should I do the $250? And either they'll choose the cheapest one because they're afraid, because they don't know the value behind each of them, so you haven't really done the part to close them on it. But also, they have no idea what to do, and they'll just choose the cheapest one. Or they'll get off and never do anything. Because the moment you split the mind into having to do two things, what happens is now they don't know what to do. And you get the common objection that says, I'll think about it. Because they don't know what the clear decision is. So they think the process now is to go and dwell on the fact that there's two options and which one is to be better. So you're killing your sales. Okay, killing it to have multiple offers. Some of you are watching, you're like, but Armin, I have like a downsell and an upsell, or I have a value ladder. Guys, we are coaches. Value ladder from Russell Brunson and stuff, it works for products and for high-level stuff. Like if you do a value ladder, you should sell like a high-ticket coaching program and then a mastermind, something really deep. But that's it. You don't need to have multiple, like $67, $70, $50. No, you're applying the wrong thing to the wrong business model. So when you have multiple offers, not only does it give your customer a confused mind, they don't buy anything, but guess what? This is even worse. It shows that you're not clear on what you do and who you do it for. This is like, for example, you need to, you can't be trying to help everybody. I know most coaches want to do this, but you can't. You gotta choose a niche and focus and be the expert in that field. Because imagine I was designing a car, okay? I'm sitting down with Elon Musk. I'm like, let's build a brand new car, okay? And I go, okay, well, what's the offer? Who are we gonna sell it to, and what are we gonna offer them as a car? We think about, well, let's build a car that's really good, a good fit for a family of 4. So we think minivan, right? We're like, okay, let's create a minivan. But we're like, but we become indecisive, and we're like, no, we should have more than one option. It should be for multiple people what we do. So let's make it good for a family of 4, but also a construction worker. Did you just see a picture of a minivan with a pickup truck tail in the back? That looks ridiculous, right? That's literally us attempting to build an offer that's for 2 split markets. You can't be making offers or your business targeting multiple different markets. You can't do that. It's impossible. And if you do it, you won't make it anywhere. Nowhere, okay? Even Tony Robbins, you're like, but Tony Robbins changes everybody's life. No. When he started, he sold strictly sales trainings to companies. And then he's niched down to entrepreneurs and people that actually have budgets to pay for motivational seminars. He didn't get the mass market until years later when he built all success off niching down. Okay, so when you have multiple offers, you're trying to serve multiple different markets. This is literally like you trying to design a car for a family of 4 and a construction worker. They have 2 different needs. So your offer has to have the things that they need. You can't have 2 people's needs in one offer. It's just not gonna work. Now here's another example. It's like getting in a car and saying, I'm gonna drive to 4 places right now. You can't do that. You can't split the car in 4. You're in one vehicle. It's called your business. You gotta take that business to one place. So I'm like, I want to go from A to B. Okay, that's easy. We could do that. And we could stay focused on the road and get there, no distractions. But the moment I go, well, I want to go to A to B and C. Well, good luck. Because if you got to choose one place to go and you have one trip to make, you can't go to 2 places at once. And when you try to make a multiple offer here, a multiple target audience, marketing strategy, you're trying to go to 2 to 3 to 4 places at once. Or worse yet, the ones who say, I want to help everybody. Good luck. Get in a car and say, I want to drive everywhere. Okay, let me know when you get there, right? You're never gonna get there. So I'm just trying to make this clear, guys. The solution to this is to have simply, instead of multiple offers, you need to just have one core offer, okay? Now you might think, oh, it's better. The illusion is if I have more offers, I can make more money and help more people. No, you're gonna help less people and make less money because confused buyers don't buy anything. So what you gotta do is take all the multiple things you have right now, you might have multiple. You take all of it and you just put it into one program. I was talking to someone today. She's earning $20,000 to $30,000 a month. And I'm like, you do have so much going on. Show me your business model. She had like 7 different things going on. I'm like, if you just put this into one offer and just charge a higher price for it and gave them everything, you can scale to millions. You're only making 20, 30 grand a month. That's it from all this work. So if you're suffering from this is the problem. You have to go and get one core offer. Now, working on a coaching program that's high ticket, 5 to 10 to 15 grand, but they get tons of value in it, is way easier to sell. It's better for your client because they're more committed anyways, and for you because it's easier to just focus on one product and sell that, and you choose the niche for it. That's actually a business that'll convert, okay? So this mistake I see on the calls when I talk to people, I have 3 different upsells done. No. One offer and just focus on it. It's better for you, it's better for them, and it's actually scalable, okay? So now let's get into the third deadly mistake that most coaches are making. And this one as well, this might scare you a little, but it is a huge mistake, and you gotta have the courage to get over it. It's not charging high ticket, okay? Or in lack of better words, charging cheap prices. Again, I talk to lots of coaches. They come on to like, I'm charging $80 to $120 an hour. I'm charging $600 for 5 sessions. I'm charging $1,000, $2,000 for 3 or 4 month program. I'm like, wow, like that's nothing. Okay, not charging high ticket. Let me make this clear for you. This is a huge deadly mistake, okay? Because it's bad for everybody. Let me explain to you why. If you charge low ticket, like anything less than 3 grand for anything, I don't care what it is, anything less than 3 grand, it's months of your time, whatever. Not only are you attracting cheap clients and clients that aren't not that committed, like if they're paying less, they don't have enough skin in the game. Okay, when is the last time, who do you know, like tell me this, when is the last time you heard of someone transforming their life from depression to millionaire, changing everything after they bought a $300 coaching session? It just doesn't work. Never happen, because it never will. Because the only people that have massive change in their lives are the ones that invest the most amount of money in their own development. Okay, so as a coach, you have to understand, when you charge cheap prices, you're actually setting them up to fail. And guys, I've done this. I've sold $60 seminars when I started. A one-day seminar, $60. Okay, $200 or $100 for a 3-day seminar. I've sold seminars for $2,000 3 days, still low ticket, but then I've charged $5,000, $10,000, even beyond. Guess what? Those clients get the best. My highest ticket clients, my 10K clients, have got the most impact in their lives and changed their lives the most. To this day, we're still friends. Years ago, they bought. So what I'm trying to tell you is, I know from experience, charging low ticket is going to crush your clients and not going to get any real results. They'll get some improvement and progress, but nothing transformative is going to happen. Whether you're in health, fitness, coaching, relationship, it doesn't matter what kind of coaching it is. If you charge cheap clients, you also attract cheap buyers. Now for you, it's also bad. Why? Because if you're charging a little bit and you don't have enough money to support your life, or enough money to keep you motivated, or enough money to actually get you in a place where you can feel financially free enough to give, guess what you're gonna do? You're gonna start cheaping out on the effort given out. I don't care what you say. You're like, no, I'm gonna help them. Wait a couple years where you're not making enough money from your coaching clients, and now you're gonna start cheaping out and giving less because you're now resentful because you're not making enough money from the impact you're making. And that's your fault, not the market. It's because you're not charging high ticket enough. Okay, and it's just bad for everybody. Okay, it's bad for everybody. Now, what is the solution? Well, obviously, you don't want to charge low ticket. You want to charge high ticket. You want to charge at least $3K to $10K, okay? $10,000 and coaching program, okay? So underneath this mistake, what I see most coaches when I talk to them is the reason why they're also charging cheap prices is because they're still focused on selling sessions. Coaching packages and sessions. We don't do that. In my program, I don't teach my coaches to sell sessions or packages. It's a waste of time. It's bad for the client. It's bad for you. The model doesn't even make sense. You're selling sessions, which means you make money only if they book another session to come back to you, right? But isn't the goal as a coach to help them to not ever come back to you because you help them break through? Isn't that the point, that they get the result, they move on? So the model is incentivizing you to keep them messed up. Even though you didn't notice that, technically you only make more money if they stay in the problem. I don't like that model. It doesn't feel ethical. So for me, I said, well, let me build a coaching program that's either 4 to 6 or 8 weeks long, or it's automated. So you go in and get on-demand training. And the goal is to take you from where you are to where you want to be. And all you do is pay once. It's a high ticket price, but you're getting me on a weekly basis with coaching calls, on a group call, so on a mass scale. So I'm leveraging my time. I'm spending 2 to 4 hours a week with all my clients, and I'm breaking them through while they have an on-demand training, or we go through 8 weeks together and it's done. And I get to charge $3,000 to $10,000, preferably 5 to 10 or more. That way you make hundreds of thousands of dollars in sales from just 20 clients. Think about it. And you leverage your time and finish all of your clients' breakthroughs at once. It's just a better business model. You can actually scale with that. And here's why it's better when a client comes in and pays you 3 to 10 grand. Because when they know they've invested that much money, guess what happens when the doors are closed, when they're not with you on your session, when they're not talking to you and nobody's there? They're gonna remember, oh my God, I put $6,000 into this. Let me make sure I don't mess it up. When someone spent $300 or $500 or $700 or $80 for a session, they don't give a crap. They're not saying they're like, I better not lose out on my $80 I spent or $600. They don't care, okay? I'm telling you from experience, guys. I've been doing this for years. Just don't sell cheap products, okay? It's gonna ruin the experience for both. Now, here's one last thing you need to know about this. Some of you, and I've talked to coaches, they go, well, I'm just starting out cheap until I get credible enough and I'll charge more later. I'm not Tony Robbins or Brandon Burchard. I don't charge 3 to 5 to 10K. And I tell them on the phone, I go, look, I'm not Tony Robbins either, but I charge 3 to 5 to 10K. And I have dozens of clients. Because here's the reason why. I don't have to be Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins isn't helping every person in this world. There's more than enough people in the world for everyone as a coach, for you and me, to have clients to make enough money to live a good life and help them out. You must be dreaming if you think Tony's going to get to everybody or Brandon or whoever it is. So starting cheap, this idea that you'll start cheap and like you'll make your way to high ticket is actually complete BS. Because here's the problem. When you start your reputation at cheap, you'll always be remembered as cheap. Now, every time you get clients, they'll hear about your referrals or your mindset now, your standards are set low. So what happens is later on, when you want to even charge from $500 coaching packages or $1,000 coaching packages to $5 or 10 grand, not only are you going to have mental limiting blocks on this and limiting beliefs around it, because you're going to be like, I don't know how to stretch myself beyond, like, is it worth it? Because I've been giving all of this for this much money. So now I'm going to tell you to charge this much for this much, but you're like, I don't know, because I'm so used to selling it at a lower price. And the market is going to remember you and your reputation as the low ticket person. So they will never believe why they should be paying you so much more. See, luckily for me, guys, when I started out, I made sure, even for sessions, I didn't do the $150. I was charging $300 off the bat. And I'm like, I don't care if I don't make a lot of sales, if I make a few, because I want people to know I'm expensive. Now I charge $1,000 a one-on-one session for business or coaching, right? For life coaching or for business coaching. And I don't get many clients. I'm really proud of that. Because now I know when I do get a few handful of clients every other quarter or so, they know when they come to me, they just transfer me the $1,000, they're ready to go. Because my reputation is set. From the get-go, I was a high-ticket coach. You know what happened? When people talked about me, oh, but he's expensive. I want all the people to think I'm expensive, because then only the people that are willing to pay me will show up. I don't waste my time with people that aren't serious. $1,000 for a 1 hour session, imagine. That's high ticket in a sense for a 1 hour session. But now I charge thousands of dollars. I've charged up to $10K for a program. And when people sign up, they remember me. I invest a lot of money with Armin. My reputation, my brand, and my standards mentally and their expectation of me is now at a higher premium, and so is my quality. So your results go up, the client's results go up, your lifestyle increases because you have more money, and your reputation is at a high level quality. You're not put into the same noise of all the other people doing the same thing. So if you're afraid of charging high ticket, this is simple. Just get someone to teach you how. Like literally, I work with my coaches on this high ticket issue. I got clients that have never sold coaching ever in their life before, and they closed $2,500, $3,000 clients on the phone. Okay, and they thought I was going to charge $300 for this. No, you could charge $3,000, and they do it because I show them how to set up a high ticket program, how to create a program that's worth it, and they go and sell it because they trust my opinion, because I sell these programs as well. So you need help on this. You can't figure this out on your own. I'm telling you that right now. But if you're going to start right, you got to not be charging cheap prices. You got to charge high ticket. Does that make sense, guys? So now this leaves me with the fourth deadliest mistake most coaches make. This one's a quick one because I really emphasized it in the beginning of this video. And it's simply trying to figure it out before you get help to figure it out. Now, let's look at this statement for a moment. The fourth biggest mistake I've seen every coach that are struggling when I get on calls with them, and even when I follow up later on, they still got nowhere, and they just because they were afraid to invest into getting expert help, which is crazy to me, because what's your other option? Wasting all of your time? Because as if you could go withdraw more time from the bank? No, you can make money every month, but you can't make more time. So I don't understand why people would prioritize money over time. But let's just read this out for a second. This idea in your mind is a huge mistake coaches make, that I'm going to go try to figure this out before I come and pay you to help me figure this out. Like, this literally means you're getting on a call. You book a call to speak with an expert, right? And they're offering you the exact solution to what you need, showing you exactly how to build your business, grow your business, whatever it is. And you go, well, I can't afford this right now. I don't know if it's worth it right now. I don't know if it's the right time. I don't know. I'm really indecisive with what you're saying. And you're telling the person, well, how about this? How about let me go make some money and get clients for my coaching so I can come back and pay you to teach me how to make money by getting clients for my program? Does that even make sense? Just think about it for a moment. Well, if you knew how to do that, you wouldn't need to come back and pay me to teach you how to do it, right? It's like going into a plane. Going back to the plane example, I love this example. You go into a plane and the instructor's sitting next to you and they're about to willing to be able to help you, but you got to pay for it, right? There's no something for nothing in life. And you go, hey, so let's get started. And, I really want your help to fly a plane. I'm really excited. He goes, yeah, no problem. It's $5,000 for me to teach you. Oh, well, I don't know. You know what? How about this? What if, how about we just, put this on. Let me think about it. Let me go and try to fly this plane. And once I go and fly this plane to the bank in the other city, I'll go withdraw money and then get back in the plane, fly back and pay you it so you can help me learn how to fly this plane. I think I don't have to say much more about this. Let's just conclude with this thought. This fourth deadly mistake that is absolute killer of not just your business, but your future, just thinking about like this in anything in life, it's complete nonsense. I'm just going to have to tell you directly, guys. It's complete nonsense, okay? And you know how I know it's nonsense? Because I was this person. If there's anyone in this world that thought they can figure something out without paying for it and figuring just because they're smart, that was me. And I can't tell you how much I look back and I regret all the time I wasted thinking with my ego, I'm going to figure this out. I don't need help. I'm going to tell the story of how I did it all on my own. And I suffered. I'll give you a simple story. But over a year ago, I tried to build my online business on my own, thinking that it's the same thing as a seminar business, which is what I built my coaching off, live events. And I went out and I funnel hacked all the best competitors out there. I funnel hacked their webinars. I even recorded them and built slides just like them. I made an offer stack, everything. I made my landing page look like them, everything. I'm like, I'm going to do this on my own. I'll make 20 to 50K a month. That's what I'm going to do. And 3 months later, after multiple all-nighters, because I had no idea how to organize myself while making webinars and funnel slides and all of this stuff, having no health, being skinny, looking sick, I launched a webinar that got 20 people to show up and only 2 people bought a $1,000 product. It was embarrassing. Now I have persistence. I go, well, next week we'll do better. Encore webinar. Okay. I went back, 15 people showed up. And 1 person bought. I'm like, decrease in sales. Maybe we just got to get more marketing out there, get more traffic in the funnel. Let's get more traffic. Third week, I did another webinar. All-nighters, by the way, preparing for each one. 9 people showed up. Nobody bought. Now I'm sitting there doubting myself. I just spent 3 months, $10,000 I spent to create videos for an online course to sell it and scale my message around the world. And I never paid for help for this, right? I've never done an online business. Now I built a live events business, so I thought, I know how to do this. But see, the niche of business, if you've never done it before, you don't know the intricacies of it. I didn't know an online business's rules and strategies. I did a 4th webinar, and 3 people showed up. And they were my staff. Nobody showed up, guys. I remember sitting there feeling so defeated, so stupid, because I also felt totally lost because I had no idea where to start with what the problem could be. I don't know if it was my webinar, if it was my funnel, maybe it was my offer, maybe it was my messaging, maybe it was the story of 1, story of 2, story of 3, maybe it was this. I'm like, holy crap, my head was about to explode. It's because I am unqualified to be doing this. I am not properly trained. Some of you watching this like, Armin, there are self-made millionaires. No, there's not, okay? All of their stories, they had mentors. They took courses. They went out and found someone that taught them the ropes. They just don't tell you that. No person in this world figured it out on their own and go, well, Thomas Edison, no one taught Thomas Edison to make a light bulb. Yeah, but let's look at something obvious here. Someone taught him about science. Someone educated him to understand the different attributes of science for him to take that information and invent the light bulb. Maybe no one helped him, taught him to do it. He was an inventor, he was a pioneer there. But someone had to teach him to become that smart to even think about it. Right? Henry Ford didn't invent the vehicle. There was already an automobile made, but it was too expensive. He was just the first person to take the role modeling, learning from that, working with them, seeing what that's like, learning from someone who's done it, and trying to make it accessible for the average person. And he created an industry off it. Moral of the story here, guys, you can't tell me one person in this world that succeeded without help, without a teacher, without a mentor, without a coach. Not one. No athlete in the world, no actor, no nothing. Greatest fighters in the world. Their secrets, they go and find the greatest coach. Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, anyone you look at that are legends in basketball, they went and got the best coach. So there is no exception in a business. None of those people I just talked about said, well, let me go try to figure this out on my own. And listen, you can run your head through a wall. I'm not saying you won't eventually break through it. I'm just saying you might get concussions and probably die and get, permanent mental damage, right? Brain damage. Because what you're doing isn't working. 0.15% chance, right, that you might actually fly the plane, land it. But 99.5% chance you will die trying. And I don't know about you, I love my time in my life. I don't want to waste it. I don't want to risk it. And I've been there and done that. And I finally, after doing all those launches and failing, I just went and hired the best in the industry. I paid tens of thousands of dollars to join masterminds, programs, and I sat around these people and I'm like, I did everything wrong. And I would have never known until I got that humbling experience of totally failing. Now, if you're watching this, you have a choice right now. You can go ahead and go and do any one of these mistakes. You might be in the middle of some of these or have done it already. I'm not here to be the bearer of bad news, guys. I'm just trying to be honest with you. I'm telling you from what I saw and from experience and from watching the marketplace and seeing the differences, I'm trying to give you an educated observation here. These 4 things are mistakes. And when you do all of this, you are prone to fail. You might make some money. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about building an actual business sustainable. It will never work with these things. The secret here is obviously simple. Just get help. Get help. How do you do that? Well, obviously you find someone that's done it and you pay them whatever they're asking for to teach you, because whatever they're asking for is going to be nothing compared to what you get out of their help to build this. And so if you're interested in actually getting help, guys, and you want to avoid these mistakes and you want to figure out, how do I build that high ticket sales funnel? How do I get clear on that one core offer? How do I make a high ticket coaching program that I could sell for hire so I don't be known as a cheap coach in the industry or as any other, plain old ordinary coach? And you want to get help so you don't have to, get and risk your life in a plane trying to fly and never have done this before? Well, all you got to do is book a call on my team, guys. We've opened up our calendars to take on calls for free, talking to multiple coaches. As I said, I've talked to so many, and seeing where you're at, seeing what the problems are, seeing how we could fix it. And really what we're looking for is, does what you do work with our model? And are we a good fit? And if we're a good fit, guys, you don't have to worry about any of this. Me and you and my team will help you avoid all these things and build out what you need to build out to actually have a successful business around a passion of helping other people. So all you got to do is click the link provided with this video, probably in the description down below or somewhere around this page, or even at the end of this video, the link will be on the screen. I want you to just click the button, go and book your call now so that we can start working with you on your coaching business. If you're especially starting out, don't go into that plane alone, okay? I can already tell you that's probably a bad idea. So me and my team have helped tons of coaches build a marketing system and a business model that actually works and closes clients for you. If you have a passion for helping people, but you're not an expert in the field of business, marketing, or sales, then booking a call with us is for you. So go ahead and book a call now. I hope this was super valuable. And until next time, I'll see you in the next video.